Oh, got to reach over from my bloody remote. Bloody. Yes! Now where's my TV remote? Hey, I got it. I'm surprised actually. Oh well. I've got my iron brew by my side for my tea. Like to drink with my tea. I've got the wrong passcode that I put in my Xbox. And that should be me ready to eat. Oh. I'm in desperate need of a shite. So here's a video while I do.
You see, this is why. This is why we can't have nice things, Barry! You asshole!
So recently I've noticed myself becoming a lot more languorous in video recording because it's just so much easier not to make a video. And I'm up to about the end of March, so it just seems I've come to a bit of a point where I'm becoming, I want to say complacent, but after checking what the meaning of that was, that means being smug about it, or about something that you've achieved. That's not true. I'm not being smug. I'm being stressed. So I looked up and languorous seems to be the word. If, for instance, you said summer has a lovely, relaxing, languorous feel, it just means lazy but in a pleasurable kind, so me not making a video, just sitting on my Xbox and relaxing. However, that can't be the way it continues, because that's just wrong. I vowed to make these videos for you, and I'll continue. Part of the reason I haven't been uploading so often though, is because I'm trying to fix our house up to add a little bit of value before we move. See, if anybody comes to view a house, especially ours, you know, I've got a few holes in the walls and that, you know, not punch holes, but like nail holes, screw holes, the bit up there that... What? Whatever, it's up there. The bit that I fucking made a fool of myself with by pulling the curtain rack off the wall. Had to fill that in. I've got a hole there where I had to fill in, and it still didn't fill in. I tried to put that back in there and it just went flying out again. It wouldn't stay. So it's all these kind of little things that I'm having to do. In the bathroom, we've got one of these pull cords for the light, and because we've got what looks like laminate ceiling, it's wooden, you know it. It's got little gaps, you know, it's like board, little gap, board, little gap. It's made to look like that. Attach a shower cord to that though, and there's gaps above it, and it doesn't look particularly nice, and I noticed a couple dead spiders in there. And I saw one climbing up the wall going towards it, I was like, So I killed the spider, got some of this putty, and just filled in the gap, and made sure nothing was going to come out of there or go in there. And I've done that round the window of the... Can't speak. In the bathroom, the bit near the window, it seems to have settled, so there's a gap between the ceiling and the wall, very slightly. And sealed that up as well. If you've seen any of my DIY projects, you'll know that I just fuck about with the doors and frames when I want to put a new lock on, so I'm having to fill up the gaps in there. There's a weird random gap in the bathroom door that looks like a crowbar had been in there to burst the door open or something. Doesn't it look right? I'll have to fill that in as well. So it's the joys, isn't it? I'm just looking for little things that if somebody was so observant to see, they wouldn't anymore. So, I mean, even if I flip my camera, like here, you can see numerous holes in the walls. That's not a hole. Oh no, it is a hole. Great. There's a hole there. There's a mini dent there. There's about 3 holes there for whatever reason. A couple there. 2 big ones there. There's some more behind this dog, I think. Aye, there's actually a screw in one of them, because I had my extension lead run here when my computer desk was here. That's a hole. That's not anything. There's about 4 holes there that I have no idea about. There's a few down there. What I'm going to do now is, because I didn't realise there were so many, I'm going to fill in those gaps now and see if I can make it look a little bit better. The ones like that are going to be difficult though, because I have to like do that a million and one different times to try and keep the stupid Oh yeah, Jesus. Polyfiller off it. Right, let's go. Starting with... I'll just put this here. Starting with this hole. Right, there we go. I filled in a lot of holes in the walls. There was quite a few there. You can see them just being covered up. That very light patch down there, the dark patches are actually just the dye off of my headboard or something like that. Once they're dry, I'll be grabbing a wet paper towel or tissue or something. As soon as I wipe that wall, all the darker patches, the black patches, will go away, and it should just be the same colour as the rest of the wall. If you see, you can see there's just like a dark patch there and the rest of it's okay. Those I've just filled in as well, which means this screw that was previously in the wall in either of those holes are no longer there. And I've just got a few wee things to do. Like I've just noticed one up there. I will zoom into that for you. That one there. I've got that one to do. And then I should be able to go and make sure there's no holes in any other rooms. Ho ho, it's big Jason Leach, man! Get the vaccine when you're offered it. So then I had a look and I realised and remembered there was a hole in, what would you say, the frame of the door? It's a nail that's somehow been exposed. And a little bit of a chip off of the paint there as well. That was my first fix. After a first filler, this is what it looks like. It's going to become better than that when I let it dry and put a second coat on it. Now, let's see what I did next. Then there's a gap in the frame again where there used to be a bolt. They had to recess the bolt catch into the door frame. Let's fix that. And there is that after its first patch. This will be sanded and then applied a second layer, then sanded again for a smooth finish. And one last little area that I'd noticed was this. So there's this chip in the paint that I spoke about before, which is a pain in the arse. There's a crack where the frame started to come apart from settling, all of which will be fixed in a couple of days' time after I finish with the rest. And then there's this. There's this point that I believe I mentioned earlier on, that was like a crowbar had to be forced in there and push the door open. So I'll have to fill that in at some point as well. Sorry about the dark light, and I'll try to improve this in editing to make it look even a little bit better. But I have to be quiet and quick about these things. I know I'm allowed to do them. However, it's like 3 AM, and if you have parents that are old, you know, 50s, then you'll know that they constantly need the bathroom, which means you have to vacate. So if I hear one of them get up, I'm like, right, okay, I'm doing bloody DIY work. And they say to me all the time, why don't you just do it during the day? I'm like, can't be bothered. But hey, I've been getting on well with things like that, and what I've done so far in the bathroom. I'll be focusing on the rest of the bathroom tomorrow, perhaps during the day, and then see what comes of that. I look forward to it though. It should be good to get the frames back in, what would you say, okay condition. Because if somebody wants to buy this house with those kind of door frames, they're not going to want to. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next one.